All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. It's Dr. Ephraim. Today's date is February 20th, 2023. I want to welcome all my new subscribers, new and older alike. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and select all. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a new presentation. Now, this presentation I'm going to bring forth is a lot of people. You'd be surprised. A lot of Christians, people of other religions that consider themselves, kind of theologians, if you will. Well, no, I take that back. Not the theologians, because I'm pretty sure they know or should know about what I'm bringing forth with this Christianity um, doctrine in terms of why the Emperor uh, Constantine is considered the father of Christianity, if you will. You'd be surprised how many Christians do not know where Christianity came from, how it got into being. All they know is that what they've been taught since they were a child, or what their grandparents, were taught, and so on and so forth. But with this lesson, I'm going to get into it, kind of like the history of Christianity and why this Roman Emperor Constantine is called that, the father of Christianity, and why that's important even, and why you should know that. All right, so let's get it.
The Roman Emperor Constantine is considered the father of Christianity because he made laws having to do with Christianity, having to do with days of worship, days that were set aside. Like I said, he literally made Sunday, which is a day that they worship the sun god, and I'm gonna get into that. Okay, he did that too. He basically made a pagan day a day of rest and worship rest for Christians. Like, let that sit in for a minute. Sunday, S-U-N day, is literally what it sounds like. That was the day that the Romans worshipped the sun god, Sol Invictus. And that's the day Christians go to this day. He called that shot, and to this day, that's why Christians go to church on Sunday, to worship a false god's day, a pagan day, I won't say holiday, but a pagan day. Like, and that's the truth. You can Google it. You don't take my word for it, but I'm bringing it to you because that's what I do. I show and prove, and that's the actual fact. The Roman Emperor Constantine did that. So, that being said, let's go ahead and get into this lesson about why he's called historically the father of Christianity, and what happened to get him on that path. Let's get it. All right, before I go into his the event that inspired him, that got him on the path, let me just say a preface by saying a few things. Number one, I know sometimes throughout life there's something happens where it's a life-changing event, right? Like, give you a perfect example. Life-changing event for me was I used to smoke cigarettes, right? And I'd never been diagnosed with any type of asthma or emphysema or anything like that. And I couldn't breathe one day. I had trouble breathing the whole day. Didn't know why. Didn't know what was going on. Long story short, come to find out I was having a bronchial asthma attack when I didn't even know I had bronchial asthma. And I literally came home from the doctor after getting the breathing treatment. Came home, took all my Newports, my lighters, my ashtrays, everything, put it in a big plastic bag, tied it up, walked it out to the dumpster, and never looked back. So me having an extremely bad bronchial asthma attack was a life-changing event for me that made me stop smoking, and I never picked up another cigarette again. Okay, and that was almost 15 years ago now, right? So I said that to say, yeah, it's throughout, everyone has a life-changing event that makes them do something or leads them to something, right? I get that. It happened to me. But with this Roman Emperor Constantine, and when I tell y'all his story, first of all, I don't believe him. I don't believe that happened because it implies too much, and we all know, especially Israelites, we know the truth. We know who Yeshua HaMashiach is. We know where he's from. all these different things, right? I don't even have to really get into that. But basically, this is his story. Basically, he's basically saying that, first of all, being one of the most powerful men in Rome, he's an emperor, right? And his conversion to Christianity, the impact of that can't even be measured to this day. Like, seriously. Supposedly, he had a vision one night. There was a battle called the Milvian Bridge Battle. So apparently he and his army saw a cross of light in the sky above the sun with words that were in Greek. And the words were in hoc signo vinces, which translate to in his name conquer, talking about Jesus, right? Later that night, Constantine had a dream. He saw Christ, allegedly, who had a message for him. Right. He alleges that Christ told him to use the sign of the cross against his enemies. This is what he said Christ said. Now, I don't believe him, but this is his story. Constantine then had the Christian symbol, which would be the cross, marked on his soldiers' shields. Right? So then it said Constantine, he won the fight. And because he won that little battle, in his mind, he believed that it was the quote-unquote God of the Christians that made it all possible. So he converted to Christianity. Okay? But see, the thing is, he had killed so many people, right? And so for him to convert to Christianity was like, really, dude? Really? Because the Romans were known to persecute Christians. I mean, that's a historical fact. They killed and persecuted Christians. So, but in his mind, at least, that was the thing, he really thought that Christ came to him and told him that to use the Christian symbol against his enemies, which Christ would, why would Christ do that? Like, seriously, anyways, I ain't gonna even go there. But anyway, that's his story. I don't believe it, but that in his mind, from his whatever, that's the event that led him to the whole Christianity conversion. That's why I'm sharing this with you. Not rather I believe him or not, but I'm sharing what happened to make him, go that route, basically. All right. So now the Emperor Constantine, he's this big, powerful Roman emperor in charge of the biggest, most powerful city in the world, Constantinople, right? Google that. He was the man. So he clearly was of great power and great influence. So what he did was he took it upon himself to want to restore order to the church and everything because of his great power and influence. Who was going to deny him, right? So, that being said, he assembled something called the Council of Nicaea. Okay, now listen to me closely, because this was this right here, this event was the building blocks for what you have as Christianity today. And the Roman Emperor Constantine was behind this. Don't get it twisted, okay? The Council of Nicaea took place in AD 325 by order of the Roman Constantine. Nicaea was located in quote-unquote Asia Minor, east of Constantinople. At the Council of Nicaea, Emperor Constantine presided over a group of church bishops and other leaders with the purpose of defining the nature of God for all of Christianity, okay? For all of Christianity, and eliminating confusion, controversy, and contention within the church. Now notice I said that twice because I wanted for possible penetration. When he took on this responsibility, it was for all of Christianity. That's the kind of power and influence he had. So even with that said, you can see why he's called the father of Christianity, because he listen, man, this man was very powerful at that time, extremely. And he said, I got this. I'm gonna bring some order to this thing, okay? The Council of Nicaea overwhelmingly affirmed the deity and eternality of Jesus Christ, and defined the relationship between the Father and the Son as of one substance. It also affirmed the Trinity, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit were listed as three co-equal and co-eternal persons. Now let me stop right there. The latter two of what I just shared with y'all, to this day, Christianity is based on the fact that Jesus Christ is God, because Jesus Christ and God are one. The Council of Nicaea is why you believe that. You Christian brothers and sisters believe that. The Council of Nicaea also, quote unquote, affirmed the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and Holy Spirit, being listed as co-equal. Now let me ask you this, Christian brothers and sisters. Even though y'all espouse and y'all believe that to this day, and I'm telling you where you got it from a bunch of Romans, please answer me this. Please show me the scripture in Torah where it says that anything is equal to the Most High God. Anything or anyone. Please show me the scripture and verse. Okay? And I would appreciate that. But to this day, the latter two, what I just read, that's where it came from, my Christian brothers and sisters, from this Council of Nicaea. They made Jesus equal with God. So now, let me continue. Constantine, who claimed conversion to Christianity, called for a meeting of bishops to be held in Nicaea to resolve some escalating controversies among the church leadership. The issues being debated included the nature of Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, the proper date to celebrate Easter, another pagan holiday which Christians still celebrate to this day, follow me now, and other matters. The failing Roman Empire, now under Constantine's rule, cannot withstand the division caused by years of hard-fought, out-of-hand arguing over doctrinal differences. The emperor saw the quarrels within the church not only as a threat to Christianity, but as a threat to society as well. Therefore, at the Council of Nicaea, Constantine encouraged the church leaders to settle their internal disagreements and become Christ-like agents who could bring new life to a troubled empire. And this is a Roman emperor, y'all. I don't even think y'all really, the gravity of this is really getting y'all. Like, seriously. A Roman empire, a Roman emperor is basically the father of your religion. Like, they persecuted Christians, like they killed Christians. But this is the man calling the shot for what y'all follow to this day. Anyway, I digress. Constantine felt, quote unquote, called to use his authority to help bring about unity, peace, and love within the church. The main theological issue had always been about Christ. Since the end of the apostolic age, Christians had begun debating these questions. Who is the Christ? HaMashiach. Is he more divine than human, or is he more human than divine? Was Jesus created or begotten? Being the Son of God, is he co-equal and co-eternal with the Father? Or is he lower in status than the Father? Is the Father the one true God? Or are the Father, Son, and the Spirit the one true God? Right? Come on now, follow me. And it says, a priest named Arius presented this argument that Jesus Christ was not an eternal being, that he was created at a certain point in time by the Father. Bishops such as Alexander and the deacon Athanasius argued the opposite position, that Jesus Christ is eternal, just like the Father is. It was an argument pitting Trinitarianism against monarchianism. Now listen to me, y'all. Are y'all getting what I'm telling you here? These are men arguing about whether or not Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, is a God or a man. These men are arguing this, okay? Nothing about what they decided Jesus is came from the Most High God, because the Most High God lets you know there's nothing or no one on equal to him. He tells you that without question all throughout Torah. Nothing, no one, nobody is equal to him. Nothing, period. So Constantine prodded the 300 bishops in the council to make a decision by majority vote. Come on, oh my God, they are literally voting on whether Jesus is God or man. These are men voting on this thing, right? They want to make a decision by majority vote defining who Jesus Christ is. That was the point of contention. The statement of doctrine they produced was one that all of Christianity would follow and obey. Again, let me say it again, that all of Christianity would follow and obey. And you wondering why he's called the father of Christianity? Stop playing with me. Go find somebody else to play with. Okay? Stop playing with me. And that's called the Nicene Creed. This creed was upheld by the church and enforced by the emperor. The bishops at Nicaea voted to make the full deity of Christ the accepted position of the church. And there, my brothers and sisters, my Christian brothers and sisters, is how you get Jesus being God. These Roman men on the Council of Nicaea voted and said that Jesus made Jesus God. They did that. The Most High God of Israel did not do that. You have to understand what it is you're following. I'm reading to you exactly how you got the religion that you claim to this day in 2021. I'm reading it to you, free of charge. The Council of Nicaea upheld the doctrine of Christ's true divinity, rejecting Arius' heresy. So Arius this priest Arius was right, but they rejected him. Said what he was saying was heresy. The council did not invent this doctrine. Rather, it only recognized what the Bible already taught, and that's a lie. That is a lie from the pits of hell. The Bible never taught that. Not in no Torah, because the Most High God is explicit in Torah that nothing, no one is equal to him. So I don't know what Bible they're talking about. You know, now if the New Testament, if they're talking about the New Testament, then maybe the Greeks had already gotten there. I don't know, but it's definitely not in Torah. Okay, and as a matter of fact, this is a nice segue. It says the New Testament teaches. There we go. The New Testament teaches that Jesus, the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, should be worshipped. Which is to say, he is co-equal with God. The New Testament forbids the worship of angels, but commands worship of Jesus. The Apostle Paul tells us that, quote, in Christ, all the fullness of the deity lives in bodily form. And see, my people, this is why I tell you this Apostle Paul is a false apostle. This so-called Apostle Paul, I may do a completely different video on him. This is why, I mean, majority of Israelites reject this Apostle Paul as an apostle. Okay, he says and does too many things that are contrary to the word of the Most High God. He's supposed to be from the tribe of Benjamin, but there's no way that this so-called Apostle Paul, first of all, he never even walked with Jesus. He never even walked with Yeshua. I believe that road to Damascus, that vision he had, I believe that to be a lie. I don't believe that. And even if you did call yourself, you ain't had no vision, man. Your mind was playing tricks on you. You was hot out there. You was in the sun. You know what I'm saying? You ain't seen Jesus. I don't even believe that. You didn't walk with Yeshua HaMashiach. You know, he says and does too many things that are contrary to the word of the Most High God, and that are contrary to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the children of Israel for him to be someone from the tribe of Benjamin. I'm not buying it. So all that Apostle Paul stuff, miss me. He's a false apostle, and I reject him too. Like I said, I may do a lesson on him, because he says too many things, my people. It's too many things in the New Testament he said and done that is highly, highly questionable. Because you're not going to call yourself a child of Israel and go contrary to the laws, statutes, and commandments that you know is not right. Come on here now. I don't care about no letters to the church and all this kind of stuff. I'm not buying it. Not buying it at all. And check this out. It goes on to say, Paul declares Jesus as Lord. Now, what Israelite would declare a man as that? Come on, my people. Come on here now. Who from the 12 or 14 tribes of Israel would say some mess like that? Jesus is Lord, and the one to whom a person must pray for salvation. Now see, yeah, This Apostle Paul is false. Okay? False. Miss me with the Apostle Paul. I'm not trying to hear it. Right? And the Romans, that's why, like I said, the Romans, they got their own book in the New Testament. Romans is all over that, man. The Romans. Okay? And it even said any gospel, anything in the New Testament declaring Christ to be divine, my brothers and sisters, is false and is of man. There is nothing in Torah that would make you believe, me or anyone, that any man is God. I did a lesson on this, an extensive lesson on just how separate Yeshua HaMashiach and the Most High God is. But some of you, even my Israelite brothers and sisters, still holding on to the Christian dogma, and it's sad. It's sad, but I look at it like this: I can only do what I can do, because when I heard the truth, I took to it immediately. I mean, I knew it immediately. That's why I'm able to teach you. The Most High raised me up and equipped me with everything I need to know. See, the New Testament. Let me tell y'all something. The New Testament, and I hate to say it, but it's kind of like it's like a landmine here and there, because they stole some stuff from the Torah. So some things in there is very familiar, because it should be, because it comes from Torah. And then of course, you know, the Greeks and the Romans put some stuff in there that lines up with their agenda, basically. But see, the thing about it is, with me, see, the Most High has equipped me with the ability. I can walk around the landmines in the New Testament. So it's not like I accept the New Testament, but I accept Christ Yeshua HaMashiach, because he represents the quote unquote New Testament to a lot of people. So for me to reject Yeshua HaMashiach, what it means to not just to reject the New Testament, it means to reject Yeshua HaMashiach, and I do not reject Yeshua HaMashiach. I know who he is, and I know who he isn't. And in terms of what's in that New Testament, I humbly submit to you, the Most High God has equipped me with the gift. I know what in that New Testament. I know what's of God and what's not. Can't fool me. I mean, immediately I can tell you exactly what's in there, what's of him and what's not. I have that gift. See, the thing about it is, everyone does not have that gift, my people, and that's the thing. So they regurgitate these lies that they've been taught, right? And it's a bunch of non-truths, a bunch of falsehoods, right? But this is why he raises up certain people, because he equips the one who he raises up with certain gifts and abilities, right, to be able to lead, to talk to the children of Israel. I mean, just think about it, just with the DNA thing. I mean, you know, listen, I'm not no big scientist. I'm not a geneticist. I mean, yeah, I'm a pretty smart brother, but I mean, I'm not, you know, I don't claim none of that. I'm not no biophysicist or nothing like that. You know, I'm just a man after God's own heart, and he equipped me with all I needed to know. So, you know, I know what's in the New Testament, what's of God and what's not. I know what's lies and what man did, or whatever the case may be. So, you know, without really going on a tangent, you know, this Roman emperor, you know, he's the one that had the great influence on Christianity. That's why he's called the Father, right? The Sol Invictus I was telling you all about earlier, that's the official sun god, right? In 274 AD, the Roman Emperor Aurelian made it an official cult alongside the traditional Roman cults. The god was favored by emperor after Aurelian had appeared on their coins until Constantine won. And what did Constantine do? Constantine, the Roman emperor, decreed March 7, 321, Dies Solis, Day of the Sun, S-U-N, Sunday, as the Roman day of rest. Codex Justinianus. Wow. I mean, so he just going to make a law. It's Sunday. Sunday is the Christian Sabbath. That's right. Forget the real Sabbath. Forget what the Most High God of Israel said in the Torah. Forget his law. Oh no, you know, y'all going with the law of Constantine. That's what y'all Christian brothers and sisters doing. That's exactly what y'all are doing. Y'all saying forget the Most High God, the Creator of the heavens and the earth. Y'all ruling with Constantine, because Constantine got y'all going to worship church on Sunday. This is what I'm telling you. Listen to me now. This is what I'm telling you. This is on the venerable day of the sun. Let the magistrates and people residing in cities rest. And this is Constantine talking this now. He said, let all workshops be closed. In the country, however, persons engaged in agriculture may freely and lawfully continue their pursuits, because it often happens that another day is not suitable for grain sowing or vine planting, lest by neglecting the proper moment for such operations, the bounty of heaven should be lost. You got to be a pretty arrogant, self-centered. I mean, he's basically what he did and what he's doing even out today is he basically made himself God. Let's call it for what it is, okay? Because he's basically saying, yeah, forget all that Sabbath stuff. Sabbath on Saturday. That's God's, the true God's holy day. Saturday, it's Sabbath. He said, forget that. I'm Constantine. We're gonna do our thing on Sunday. And this is why you brothers and sisters to this day put on your Sunday best, put on your suit, and go to church on Sundays and act a plumb fool on Sundays behind this Roman Constantine. Roman Constantine got y'all head bad, man, as we say in Charleston. And it's free of charge what I'm telling you, because it's the truth. I mean, it's tight, but it's right. This is why y'all doing what y'all doing. And so, as you all can see, Sunday was a so-called day of rest for the Romans, not the Hebrews, or not even the Christians for that matter. So you Christian brothers and sisters have adopted an unholy day to worship Sol Invictus, the sun god. But in your mind, you're thinking it's the creator of the heavens and the earth that you're going to worship. Oh, no. No, that day is not his day. It's not. Saturday is a day that the Most High God of Israel set aside and made holy, not Sunday. So for all intents and purposes, my Christian brothers and sisters, when y'all going out there in church on a Sunday and shouting and carrying on, who y'all shouting and carrying on for? Because the Most High God of Israel that I worship, he's somewhere else, because he that's not his day. So I don't know what y'all doing. I don't know who y'all talking to. I don't know who y'all talking in tongues to. None of that, because his day is Saturday. That's the Sabbath. Okay, I'm just saying, it's tight, but it's right. So that being said, that is why this Roman Emperor Constantine is called the father of Christianity, not because he actually started the religion, but because of his great power and influence. This man literally got Christians today doing what he set forth, the laws that he made for the religion, not God, not the God of Israel. Let that set in. On that note, my brothers and sisters, I wanted to show and prove on this, and I did, and I'm going to go ahead and end this lesson.
So until next time, this is Dr. Ephraim signing off, saying Shalom, elect.